I'm Nicole Taylor and I'm the writer of Emo.
My name is China Moo-Young and I'm the director of a film called Emo.
Emo is a kind of coming of age story, except the character comes of age when he's 27 and it's sort of a delayed adolescence for him, and I suppose it's quite a positive story, quite uplifting I think, and a wee bit funny. Hopefully it's funny.
Coming Up is a new talent scheme. It's for writers and directors who are established but haven't had anything broadcast on television. So it's really about finding new talent and then finding new directors and new writers to work with each other, and developing new voices for television.
The writers didn't know who was going to be directing their films.
When you're accepted as a director onto the Coming Up scheme, you're sent several scripts. One of them was Nicole's, and I knew immediately that I wanted to work with Nicole.
My agent told me about the Coming Up scheme, and I never thought I'd get onto it because I know that lots of people apply and it just seemed quite scary for various reasons.
You then have to kind of pitch your vision of the script to the producers. So I wrote a treatment with a lot of reference, and everything that I was saying to the producers, they were kind of nodding, and everything was very much how Nicole had intended for the script, I think. So that's why they matched us up really well. I was very lucky.
I've got some advice if you want to write, or you are writing, or you're thinking about writing, or whatever, which is to just write quietly, go off to a library or something. Don't allow extra pressure to be added by talking to everyone about what you're writing, because then it's just talk and it's like in the air, and you'll never do it, and you'll feel like there's expectations of other people. But if you've just got an idea and you really, really, really want to just see if you can do it, just go and do it.
I think they're looking for vision. You have to demonstrate the ability to direct narrative and work with actors, but I think they're looking for individual voices, because each film is very different in the Coming Up scheme.
In my experience, what a director can bring to your script is so much more than what they can take away from it. And maybe I've just been really lucky with the directors that I've worked with, but I don't feel worried at all about handing it over.
Because it's a creative, collaborative working relationship, and those aren't always that happy. But Nicole and I, we got on very well.
As a writer, what do I look for in a director is a trick question, because writers don't look for directors, ever. And probably the best thing about the experience, genuinely, was working with a director for the first time that closely and properly feeling like it was a collaborative thing. It was great to discover someone who I felt like really got the script and who brought so much to it, and it was brilliant.
Naturally, when you're a director and you're coming onto something where you want to make your mark and establish an aesthetic and a vision, you're aware that a new writer will also want to establish their voice and their vision. And potentially that's a nightmare, but it wasn't with Nicole.
As soon as I met China, she had insights into the script, things that I hadn't thought about, and obviously she knows how to do things that I don't know how to do, like work with actors, and she's like incredibly visual, and I felt great from the beginning.
I think the most important thing as a writer and as a director is not having ego about your work and your ideas. You need to have a clear vision, but at the same time acknowledge that those things are going to change.
If you are worried about letting go of your script, it's either because you want to direct it yourself and you don't believe that anyone else can realise your vision better than you can, or you just haven't met any directors yet and experienced what they can bring to a script.
I think you should do what's best for the film and not what's best for you, and not impose your own ideas too much on it, and let it live.
It's just such a treat to be able to just have half an hour to write about what you want, so that was brilliant, and I wish that I could do it every year. It was a really good experience.